Hello folks, how you going? This is just a little bit of an interesting, well, it's interesting to me, update video. I must confess up front that I am a bit of a technology archaeologist, which is a fancy way of saying that I'm a bit of a tech hoarder. Anyway, I've got a box of stuff over here. This is all cables that came out of Dad's office. We had a bit of a working bee over there on Monday gone. Gary, older bro, was working in the shed. Christopher and Sarah, they were working in the garage and the darkroom area of the house. Myself and Mum were up in the office area doing that cleaning up. But anyway, these are like that's a box of old down in here. They're all broken cameras, not working, broken, smashed, wooden. Anyway, I'll tell you the story about that in a second about cameras, because this is really about old digital cameras, but they're all dead. Screens are broken, or bits and pieces are broken. Just an update over here. They're all photos that have been scanned that are ready to go back to Mum's. I think she's going to allow, don't hold me to it, she's going to allow, once we've archived everything, if people want to take the prints, they can anyway, discuss that with Mum. There is a box here of working digital cameras that I've cleaned up. There is one in there that I don't have the charger to. The camera works. I've tested it on a bench supply, it runs. So if anybody wants a working digital camera, a little point and shoot camera, yeah, they're all ones. One is an Olympus you need a special charger for, which you can source off eBay places. Anyway, I won't rabbit on. Most of them, they've got cards in them, they've got batteries in them, they work, except for the one. But there you go, talk to Mum about that. But when Sarah and Christopher were cleaning up, they came across more old digital cameras. They came across two Nikons that I didn't even know Dad owned, never seen before. But Dad, also being interested in technology and kept everything, Dad had kept in this Nikon camera. Look, I've got the CD driver ROM. He had the card for it. He had the software and the driver and bits and pieces. It runs on CF cards, so he had this camera is it's operable but not operable. The door for the batteries, one of the clips is broken, but Dad had sticky taped it together so he could still use it. So it did fire up. It does work. It's quite an interesting camera. I might keep that just for novelty purposes, being the hoarder I am. But it does run. It does work. But also in amongst the Nikon cameras was this thing. Once again, it's an early Nikon digital, runs off CF cards, but managed to, because I'd grabbed as much about it, managed to find the battery charger for it, and actually got the battery to charge up and hold a charge, and I managed to fire the thing up. Lo and behold, there were photos still on this one, on the CF card, which is interesting. I thought, these are photos I'd never seen before. So now, there was a bit of process to get them off, because being this old thing, and we had the cable, and we had the software, well, I thought that's easy, USB cable software, load the software onto one of my computers, download the photos. No, it doesn't work like that. None of the computers I had would read the software, wouldn't install, because it's 32-bit software. It means nothing to a lot of people. It means it'll only run on old computers, won't run on new ones. None of the computers I have here that I use would run it, except for one, which is this old laptop that I pulled out of the Dad's garage and cleaned up, which is second-hand to Dad, Leone. Hi, Leone, if you're watching. Leone donated that to Dad, and I, because I'm interested in old stuff, got this and cleaned up. Well, lo and behold, Dad had, in his bag of stuff, we had a CF card reader, had this thing, which is, it's come out of a computer when you put the CF reader in the side. It's actually come out of this computer, and Dad's kept it. So I put the card in the adapter Dad had. Lo and behold, this old computer, it actually has the software on board and the bits and pieces to read the old CF cards. So I have managed to, stuffing around this morning, I've managed to, 3 of the CF cards that we collected had photos on it, and as far as I've seen on the archives, on all the other drives, hadn't been archived anywhere else. And I think that's mainly because Dad may not have known how to get them off the CF cards. He looks like he's tried, but they haven't been backed up everywhere else. So anyway, this is a long story. So later tonight, in the archive, you'll see some photos that you've never seen before, and you're only getting to see them And there's only copies because I've kept all the old technology. So there you are. How about that? I'm probably going to keep this thing too because it's pretty unique, and now I've got the battery to fire up. I might even have a play with that, just because I can. Anyway, yeah, that's just an interesting story about. You've got to be careful about chucking out old tech because you never know. If I hadn't stuffed around those photos, even though they're probably not important to everyone else, they have never been seen. But they must have been important to Dad because he managed to take them and kept them. I'll get out of your hair now, chat later. Look, if you've got any questions about any of this, let me know. I'm interested. Bye for now.